Picture this. You've just dropped $5,000 on what should be the vacation of your dreams. But instead, you're trapped in elevator lines, fighting for pool chairs and eating lukewarm buffet food while announcements blast in 6 languages you don't understand. Some cruise lines deliver the trip of a lifetime, others trap you in a floating nightmare. Today, I'm revealing which ones will make or break your vacation, starting with the 3 cruise lines you should absolutely avoid. Number 3. MSC Cruises. You walk up those gleaming gangways and see crystal staircases sparkling in the atrium. The ship looks like a 5-star hotel. Your heart races with excitement. This is it, the Mediterranean luxury you've been dreaming about. Then reality hits. The announcements start blaring. Italian, German, Spanish, French. By the time they get to English, you've already missed what's happening. You head to the pool deck searching for that burger joint you saw on other cruise ships. Nothing. Just directions back to the buffet where 3,000 other passengers are fighting for the same reheated pasta. Here's what MSC doesn't tell you in their glossy brochures. They're a European cruise line trying to break into the American market, but they haven't figured out what Americans actually want. Sure, their ships are beautiful, Instagram-worthy even, but beauty doesn't make up for the basics. The buffet? Imagine a subway station at rush hour, except everyone's carrying plates. The food itself swings wildly from decent pizza one day to cold, flavorless mush the next. You'll find yourself eating at weird times just to avoid the crowds. But wait, there's more disappointment coming. Remember that great value price that got you to book? Start adding up the real costs. Drink package? Extra? Specialty restaurants to escape the mediocre main dining room? Extra. Wi-Fi to complain to your friends back home? Extra. By day 3, you've spent another $1,000 just trying to make your vacation bearable. The entertainment feels like it was designed by someone who's never actually been entertained. Acrobats and interpretive dancers perform to half-empty theaters while passengers wander the decks looking for anything that feels like fun. MSC works if you're European, speak multiple languages, and think cruise ship food should taste like hospital cafeteria meals. For everyone else, your money deserves better. Number 2. Costa Cruises. The marketing photos show sun-soaked Mediterranean elegance, romantic Italian nights under the stars, authentic pasta made with love. You're practically tasting that limoncello already. Stop right there. What you actually get is a floating bus terminal with flashing lights and constant chaos. The Italian experience they're selling? It's more like Times Square on New Year's Eve, every single night. You'll know you've made a mistake the moment you try to find a quiet spot to read. There aren't any. Every lounge blasts music. Every corner has someone trying to sell you something. The ship's layout feels like it was designed by someone who wanted to punish introverts. The food... Oh, the food. You came for authentic Italian cuisine. What you get is mass-produced slop that would make Chef Boyardee weep. That romantic dinner you imagined? You're eating it in a dining room that sounds like a high school cafeteria surrounded by tour groups who all seem to know each other, except you. Here's the truth Costa doesn't want you to know. They're not really trying to serve Americans. You're an afterthought. The announcements prove it. 5 languages before English. The entertainment proves it. European variety shows that leave Americans scratching their heads. Even the crew seems surprised when you only speak English. The cheap price that lured you in? It's cheap for a reason. You're not getting a deal. You're getting exactly what you paid for. Cut corners everywhere. That poolside drink you wanted? The bar's been closed for an hour because they're saving money on staff. That shore excursion you booked? Canceled, no explanation, good luck getting a refund. Costa is what happens when a cruise line stops trying. They know people will book based on price alone, so why bother with quality? Why bother with service? Why bother making anyone actually happy? Number 1. Carnival Cruise Line. I can already hear the gasps. But Carnival is the fun ship. Let me tell you what fun means on a 3-day Carnival cruise to the Bahamas. It starts before you even board. Miami Port, drug-sniffing dogs everywhere. Nothing says vacation like being treated like a potential criminal before you've even seen your cabin. Welcome aboard the fun ship. Now empty your pockets. The pool deck hits you like a wall of sound. Music blasting from 6 different speakers, all playing different songs. Kids cannonballing into pools the size of hot tubs. Adults are already 3 drinks deep at noon, and not in a good way. This isn't fun. It's chaos with a wristband. You escape to your cabin. It's smaller than your bathroom at home, with a mysterious smell that housekeeping can't quite mask. The walls are so thin you can hear your neighbor's entire phone conversation about their messy divorce. Every night at 2 a.m., drunk passengers stumble down the hallways, slamming doors and shouting. But surely the food makes up for it. Guy's Burger Joint. Everyone raves about it, right? Sure, if you don't mind waiting 45 minutes in line while people cut in front of you. The burgers are good. Gas station good, not vacation good. The main dining room, it's quantity over quality every single time. That chocolate melting cake everyone talks about? It's the only thing worth eating, and they know it. The entertainment is where Carnival really shows its true colors. Comedy shows where the jokes are older than the ship. Production shows that look like high school theater with a bigger budget. Hairy chess competitions by the pool. This isn't entertainment. It's what happens when you aim for the lowest common denominator and somehow still miss. Here's what Carnival counts on. They know most Americans have never cruised before. They know you don't know what you're missing. They know that if they keep prices low enough and market hard enough, people will convince themselves they had fun because admitting otherwise means admitting they wasted their money. The party atmosphere isn't inclusive. It's oppressive. If you're not drunk by noon, you're doing it wrong. If you want a quiet dinner, too bad. If you hoped for any moment of peace, you booked the wrong cruise line. Carnival isn't the worst because it's broken. It's the worst because it could be so much better, but they've decided cheap and loud is good enough. Number 4. Holland America. Now, let me show you what a real cruise feels like. You step aboard a Holland America ship and something feels different. It's quiet, not dead, but peaceful. The couple next to you is actually having a conversation instead of shouting over music. The crew member greeting you remembers your name by day 2. This is cruising for grown-ups who remember when travel meant something. The Alaska itinerary you booked isn't just a cruise, it's an education. Park rangers come aboard to explain what you're seeing. The naturalist on deck actually knows the difference between a seal and a sea lion. When you dock in Juneau, you're not fighting 5 other cruise ships for the same tourist traps. Dinner in the main dining room feels like dinner should feel. The waiter suggests a wine pairing that actually makes sense. The Indonesian rice table on formal night isn't just food, it's an experience. Your steak arrives at the temperature you ordered. Revolutionary concept, right? But here's what really sets Holland America apart. They treat you like an adult. No one's trying to get you to participate in a belly flop contest. The music in the bars is live, and you can actually hear your conversation over it. The library has actual books, and people actually read them. The entertainment might not have Broadway's budget, but that classical pianist in the Lincoln Center stage? He's played at Carnegie Hall. That lecture about tomorrow's port? The speaker wrote the book on Alaskan history. Literally, your cabin feels like a cabin, not a closet. The shower has water pressure. The bed doesn't feel like a prison mattress. When housekeeping does their twice daily service, they're not just making the bed, they're making sure you're comfortable. Holland America isn't trying to be everything to everyone. They know exactly who they are. A cruise line for people who want to travel, not just party. For people who think the journey matters as much as the destination. Number 3. Celebrity Cruises. This is what happens when someone finally asks, what if we made cruising feel like a real vacation? You're standing on your balcony. Not a balcony with quotes around it, but an actual space where 2 people can sit comfortably. The ship cuts through the Mediterranean, and for once, you're not sharing this moment with screaming kids or drunk college students. This is Celebrity's secret. They made cruising feel special again. The main dining room doesn't feel like a cafeteria. Your waiter doesn't just take your order. He remembers that you're allergic to shellfish, that you prefer your coffee black, that you loved last night's soup. The food isn't just cruise food good, it's actually good. That filet arrives perfectly seared. The seafood was actually caught this century. Walk through the ship at midnight. Instead of chaos, you find intimate jazz in the martini bar. Couples dancing, not grinding. Conversations, not shouting matches. The casino isn't filled with smoke and desperation. It feels like Monte Carlo if Monte Carlo was accessible to normal people. The pool deck breaks every cruise rule you've learned to accept. The pools are actual pools, not oversized bathtubs. The lounge chairs aren't all claimed by 6 a.m. because there are enough for everyone. The hot tubs aren't human soup. They limit capacity so you can actually relax. Celebrities' real genius? They figured out that modern doesn't mean cheap. The Edge-class ships look like they were designed this century because they were. That infinite veranda everyone complains about online? Try it once and you'll never want a traditional balcony again. The magic carpet that moves up and down the ship's side isn't a gimmick. It's the best bar at sea. Number 2. Virgin Voyages. Forget everything you think you know about cruising. Virgin looked at the cruise industry's rulebook and lit it on fire. No buffet, no main dining room, no formal nights, no announcements, no kids. What they built instead will blow your mind. 20 restaurants, all included, not included with an asterisk, actually included. That Korean BBQ, included. The steakhouse, included. The experimental Mexican place that changes its menu daily, included. You eat what you want, when you want, where you want, and the food is legitimately incredible. Your cabin has a hammock on the balcony, not a chair that kind of reclines, an actual red hammock where you can swing while watching the sunset. The shower has a window to the ocean. The lighting adjusts to your mood. This isn't a floating hotel. It's a boutique experience that happens to move. The entertainment will mess with your head in the best way. No Broadway shows, no magic acts, no hairy chess competitions. Instead, a wild interpretation of Romeo and Juliet where the audience becomes part of the show. A dance party that transforms into a philosophical discussion about love. But here's Virgin's masterstroke. They included everything that matters. Basic Wi-Fi? Included. Tips? Included. Group fitness classes? Included. You know exactly what this vacation costs before you board. The crew doesn't feel like servants. They feel like friends. They'll sit and have a drink with you. They'll tell you about their lives. They treat you like a human because Virgin treats them like humans. Number 1. Royal Caribbean. This is it. The cruise line that ruins all other cruise lines for you. You're standing in Central Park. Yes, Central Park, in the middle of the ocean. Real trees above you, real plants around you, restaurants and bars tucked into quiet corners. You look up and see balconies rising into the sky. You're on a ship with 6,000 people, but right now, in this moment, it feels like you've discovered a secret garden. Walk 10 minutes and you're on the boardwalk, complete with a carousel and restaurants that smell like the Jersey Shore in the best way. Another 10 minutes and you're ice skating. Actually, ice skating. On a ship. In the Caribbean. This is Royal Caribbean's superpower. They built floating cities that somehow feel intimate. The entertainment isn't just good, it's Broadway good because it literally is Broadway. That production of Hairspray, same cast, same costumes, same quality you'd get in New York, except you're watching it while sailing past glaciers. But Royal Caribbean's real genius isn't the big stuff, it's the details. The neighborhoods mean you're never fighting crowds because everyone spreads out naturally. The technology means you can order a drink from your phone and have it waiting at your next stop. The crew remembers not just your name, but your kids' names, your favorite drinks that you like extra towels. Your teenager has their own club that they actually want to go to. Your 6-year-old is at Adventure Ocean, supervised by people who actually know how to work with kids. You and your spouse? You're having your first real conversation in months because for once, everyone's happy. The food finally breaks the cruise curse. The main dining room isn't serving cruise food, it's serving food that happens to be on a cruise. The specialty restaurants? Worth every penny, but honestly, you don't need them. The Windjammer Buffet is what every cruise buffet wishes it could be. Fresh, varied, and actually appetizing. Perfect Day at Coco Cay isn't just a private island. It's a private paradise, the largest freshwater pool in the Caribbean, a swim-up bar where the drinks are strong and the music's just right, a water park that rivals anything on land, beach clubs that make you forget you're sharing this with thousands of others. Royal Caribbean figured out the impossible: how to make a ship with 6,000 people feel like your own private yacht, how to offer everything without overwhelming anyone, how to be the best without making you pay for it at every turn. Here's the truth: picking the wrong cruise line isn't just about wasting money, it's about wasting precious vacation time you'll never get back. The worst cruise lines hope you don't know any better, while the best ones prove that cruising can be everything you dreamed it would be. Whether you want Holland America's elegance, Celebrity's sophistication, Virgin's revolution, or Royal Caribbean's perfection, now you know exactly where your money should go, and more importantly, where it shouldn't.